Evil cannot create anything new. It can only corrupt. This saying and variations of it are wrongfully attributed to J.R.R. Tolkien, but it does sum up in its own way one of the main themes of The Lord of the Rings, and the wider tale of Arda. Evil can twist, corrupt, or destroy good things. Anything evil creates is a mockery or twisted version of the good. And I think one of my first exposures to this theme as a child was the 1970 Rankin Bass Santa Claus is Coming to Town. I recently rewatched it, as I do every year for Christmas, and noticed some things that I hadn't before. The Kringles, the fairy tale little folk, the elves, they're toy makers. They create with the hope of bringing joy and happiness to those that receive their toys. They were the first toy makers to the king. They even sing a really fun song about it. A song full of pomp and fun that brings a smile. It focuses on the creation of things for a purpose, and that in that act of creation, quality is a big responsibility.
I'm a man now.
Later, after Burgermeister Meisterburger trips on a toy, he sings a song about his displeasure of toys, and how they must be done away with. But it's the same tune as the Kringles song from earlier. He doesn't come up with a new tune. He takes the tune from earlier, the one full of pomp, fun, and purpose, and makes it selfish, militant, and sad. The toys must be melted, locked up, thrown away, and even unstuffed. All for his wounded pride.
Till my wounded pride be healed.
Burgermeister Meisterburger's anger doesn't come from a hatred of toys. It comes from the fact that he, the number one lawmaker, was taken down by a toy, and he can't stand that. Later, when Kris Kringle gives him a yo-yo out of the goodness of his heart, he's filled with joy. He loves yo-yos. He learned tricks. He played with them all the time. But when he is reminded that he passed a law outlawing toys, he doesn't think, that was really silly. Let's fix that. Let's change that. No, he doesn't do that. He doubles down. He's been caught breaking his own law, and he can't stand that. He can't be seen to be made a fool of. Eventually, he'll throw people in prison and burn down their homes over toys. He won't change. And the sad reality is some people don't change. But thankfully, the story also introduces us to another selfish character to show the opposite. The Winter Warlock. His mountains, his domain, his way. And then Kris Kringle once again gives a gift out of the goodness of his heart. And a little bit of self-preservation. And it melts the Warlock's icy heart. He physically diminishes. Not only that, his power diminishes. He can't use magic anymore. Because the source of his magic, his selfish and wicked nature and desires, is gone. He doesn't want to use those anymore. He doesn't want to focus on that. But after he's learned of joy, kindness, and a connection with others,
I'm crowded, but at least I'm loved.
Good things, he starts to get his magic back. And his first time using magic again is not to destroy, it's not to build a house, it's not to try and make something magnificent come from this lowly place they're in as they're on the run. All he wants is to bring a little light back in a dark time. And in the very end of the tale, his magic has returned. And even though he has still physically diminished from the warlock he was, he is visibly more everything as Winter than he was as the Winter Warlock. And it all started with little steps. When I heard Kris Kringle's laugh this year and his proclamation of how easy it was to change, I thought to myself, it doesn't really work like that. It's not that easy. Maybe sometimes, but it's quite hard most of the time. Habits are habits for a reason. And I thought to myself, that's not a great message for kids or adults. But then I listened to the song more closely this time. And I love this song. I've listened to it a lot over the years. But this time it really stood out to me that the lesson to be learned wasn't how easy it was to change or how easy it is to change, but that every step counts. Even the teetering, tottering of a warlock turned good is more than enough. And you just gotta keep going. The song never mentions an end point. You gotta keep walking, but the great thing is that if you stick with it long enough, walking is going to be second nature. Come unto me, all ye that labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn of me, for I am meek and lowly in heart, and ye shall find rest unto your souls. For my yoke is easy, and my burden is light.